Hi, welcome to Christy's Stampin' Spot. I am just bopping on today to show you guys week 9 of my 12 weeks of Halloween. We're going to make this super cute Wicked Raven pillow box. So I don't know if you guys have had any, if you've played with the our pillow boxes before, but they're super cute. And you can find them in the annual catalog on page 172, right here, the Kraft pillow boxes. And so it's pretty cool. We can get 10 boxes for $5, so it's a really reasonable price, which is pretty awesome, and that's in the annual catalog. And we're going to Halloween it up with the fabulous Raven, which is on page 55 of the holiday catalog. This pretty Raven, oh, he's so cute. And we're going to also use, let's see, the enamel shapes, which are on page 53. And then we're going to use the cool Mercury Glass Designer Acetate, which is super cool, and that's on page 33. So the acetate is fun. It's like our window sheets, and as you can see, right, it's a little hard with the it's got these little crackles in it. It's so pretty. It's got a really weird shine, so it's a little bit hard to tell. We're actually going to use that to make this fun little window in here. So I've actually already started cutting everything out, but I'll show you guys how to do that. Okay, so let's get started. So first you need to do is when you get your pillow box, your cute little Kraft pillow box, you have to very carefully split the seam. So one side doesn't have a seam, but one side does. And I don't know if there's like a super easy way to do it. I usually just peel it a little bit and then use my scissors to kind of, it's kind of like when you open a box of cereal, right? You want to be careful so you don't rip it. I was like, I'm going to show them how to do it on camera. So I was totally afraid I was going to rip it. So then you can just use the scissors. Let's see if I can get it to work. I can't use the scissors and do it. So you just kind of gently pull it apart. And we're going to actually see this flap right here. That's actually what we're going to put tear and tape on again to seal it up. We need to get it flat, open it flat. So and if it tears a little bit, no worries. Just, it didn't go all the way through. There's quite a bit. Just clean it up so it's nice. You can tear it off a little bit. It's super fine. Muy bien. So it's nice. Now you can open it up. And like I said, this is where we're going to put the tear and tape to put it back together, and you can't even tell. Okay? So then after you do that, you're going to take our layering circles, or layering ovals. I'm sorry. I love the layering oval dies. So this is a really great set. It's one of those things that if you don't have, it's one of those I would invest, because you can use them for everything. They're kind of like having a trimmer, which we now have, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so we need to use, I actually used 4. You probably don't have to do this step, but I really like that step. So on my website, on the blog post, I have the measurements for which of these circles they are, and the scalloped. So you're going to use the smaller one of the 3. I think it's like 1 inch. And you always measure it from the cutting to the cutting, right? And I would do that. So it's 1 inch. And it's like 1.25 inches. So so look online for that, and then you're going to run it through. So just use some washi tape. Think of where you think you want it to go, and then when you put it in your through your Big Shot or whatever your die cutting machine is, then you can cut that hole out. So isn't that awesome? And then you need the bigger circle to cut out your piece of acetate, which I totally cut out the piece of acetate. So what's interesting about this lovely acetate is it also has, if you can see, it has a little piece of that has a little piece of plastic that's keeping this nice and smooth and lovely. So after you've cut it, then you can take it off. It's really easy to find after you take it off. If you're having trouble after you've cut it, actually find which side is the super smooth side, and then use a glue dot. Put a glue dot on it and then pull up, and it usually pulls, starts your plastic so you know which way to go. And then we're going to use, you use the same one that you used to cut out your hole in your pillow box, and the scalloped, and I can't, like I said, I have them on my blog. It looks like it's 1 3/4. You need to use it to make a frame. Now, I don't know if you guys ever made frames with your layering dies, but what it looks like is, first you run it through and you get the black. So you run it through, like here I ran it with the black. You run it through and you get that piece out, and you just save that aside. And then you go back over where that hole is with your scallop, and then the difference between these two is your frame, just like this. And so we need 2 of these frames because we're going to sandwich them over the acetate, so that we have a fabulous window. But before we get to that, we'll put this away so it doesn't get gooey. We need to, so after I've cut that out and cut that out, I also need the Wicked dies. So after we've used that, then I actually cut out with the Wicked. Let me put these away so I don't forget. And then after I had one of these little pieces, I ran it through with the other circle on the inside so that I could get this little bitty oval, because I'm going to use it to back my raven. Because I love to use the silver metallic thread, and man, it really helps to have something behind it so that it's not just loose, right? It looks much better if you can back the silver thread. So that's actually what I did with that. Let me move these dies out of the way. So I did get really behind because I cleaned my space. Isn't that exciting? Okay, so you also need the Wicked dies, and I love the Wicked dies. So I cut out, so on this box I used the Rich Razzleberry, and out of the Rich Razzleberry cardstock I cut out a Wicked. I also did one in black to see what it looks like against the Rich Razzleberry. I think I still like the Rich Razzleberry, but I thought I could check it out. But anyway, you just run that through, and I find that you have to be careful when you're using the Wicked die a little bit, because this little piece right here is delicate. You don't want to rip them out. You need to be soft when you're pulling them off of here so you don't accidentally rip it, because there are a few places where it's thin. But it's super cool. I love the Wicked. It's fabulous. So those are the dies. And again, if you like the Wonderfully Wicked stamp set, comes when you buy the Wicked in a bundle, and you save 10%, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so after we've got all of our die cut stuff, I'm going to put all that stuff out of the way, and I'm going to show you guys how I changed this box from Kraft to Rich Razzleberry. Isn't that cool? I love the multi-look and that lovely, I don't know, it's like pinkish purple. Okay, so then you're going to take your box, and I find that it works best for me if I put some washing tape down just to hold it still. And then you need your sponges. Now, we sell these fabulous brayers, and when you get them, they come in this little box like this, and there's 2 different ones with extra, two extra brayers, so you get 2 sets of 2 handles and 4 sponges. So I actually, like, this one's clean. I washed it off. It will stain, but if you clean them, you don't have to worry about, you don't have to get one for every color. You can wash them like your daubers, right? You can wash them. So okay, so I'm gonna get the Blackberry Bliss. Did I say Rich Razzleberry? It's a Blackberry Bliss. It's a blackberry mess. I love this color though. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get it in here just like this. You roll on some ink onto your sponge, and then you're just gonna add as much ink as you like. Okay, and go in like one direction. Okay, Okay, on your edges you'll get a little bit of lines, but I always think that's, so if you're trying to get a smooth color, you just need to keep going over it until it's all the same. Although sometimes having a little bit of a variation of the color is fun too. I just really love the Blackberry Bliss. I don't use this color very often. So this is actually one of the colors that's in the new color palette that used to be, I think it was an ink color. And we used to call it Blackberry Mess because, man, it stained everything. But I think it looks really good with this kind of fun Halloween purple, which is nice. Not like a traditional purple, but I really like it. So just get your ink, lay your ink on as much as you like. Oh, hi Lisa. Nice to see you. Okay, we got it. Oops. So be careful when you're doing it. You don't lose your tape that's holding your thing down. Because as you can see, look at that. Oh, it's quite a bit. So definitely you want some nice scrap paper that you don't mind that's going to get colored. I'm actually, after I'm done with this, I'm gonna get a different, I'll flip it over. Okay, so, oops. So once you've got your color down as much as you like, you can keep going until this is like super dark. I don't know if I want it super dark. I just need it nice. Like it, like it, like it. Okay. Then I'm going to put that away, and I'm going to probably afterwards, I'm going to wash this off. For right now, I'm just going to set it aside because it is dirty. And I'm going to use the branch. So the branch is from the Fabulous Raven. I love this branch. It is so fabulous. And I'm just going to use some of the Memento black on it, and I'm just going to stamp it on just directly onto my box. So I'm just inking that up with the Memento black. I'm just going to stamp it on there and to give it some character. Some spooky branches. And the box is going to close, so it looks cool that it goes over. So it goes over to the top. So remember, it's in 3 dimensions. Okay, now I can take off my washi. Although this washi, once you use it, you can't reuse that one because of this rough edge. It always seems to pick up that. That's right. There we go. Isn't that cool? Makes it look all spookity. I do really like it. Okay. So, definitely, and this is our front. So you want to make sure you get some nice branch action here. You can't really tell because we're going to cover it with stuff, but still, you'll know it's there. Not pretty. Oh, it's so cool. Just like that. So just add, I mean, again, just like with the using the Blackberry Bliss ink, you can go crazy and put a lot on here. But it's super cool, super cool. Okay, then you clean your block off or your stamp off. Make sure you don't get, and I got some ink on my block because this block is a little bit bigger than my stamp. Let me go ahead and put this away. Okay, so then after I've gotten that done, we're going to set that aside and give it a little bit of time to dry because it is a little moist. I don't know, depending on what your kind of weather you're having, whether or not you are hot. I did notice, or you're humid. We're usually really dry, but today it feels kind of humid. So you just need a piece of Crumb Cake scrap to stamp your raven on. Isn't he pretty? He's such a pretty raven. So pretty. Oh, hi Wendy. So go ahead, and thanks for sharing. So just make sure you you want to make sure you ink him up really, really good. So if your Memento is kind of dry, you want to definitely re-ink him so you get lots and lots of ink on him. There we go, because you want to get a good impression. See him? Isn't he pretty? Such a great raven. I love this raven. My best friend loves Edgar Allan Poe, so I actually got it to make an ornament, which I still haven't gotten around to, but I need to. Okay, so after you stamp him, then we need to color him a little bit. I love the blends, and I'm just going to use a little bit of the light Blackberry Bliss and the light Smoky Slate. And I'm using the Smoky Slate too because I want to add a little bit of the gray, because again, I am because of the acetate has the silver, so you kind of want to add a little bit of that color to bring it through. So I'm just coloring over the black, even it makes it kind of purple. Now what's funny is I played with this quite a bit, making this raven to see how I would like him. I also did him once in on the Blackberry Bliss with the black, and you just can't really see him. And I added Wink Stella, and this one I actually I used my aqua painter to add the color, and then I added some of the silver delicata, but I didn't like it. It turned out to be quite a mess. So I think just sticking to the blends, for me, seems to be the best. I really like, because the blends will color without taking too much of the outline away. Right? You can still see the outline, so it's nice. It still has the definition. Like sometimes when you have one of these really pretty outline stamps, I think this one's actually distinctive too. You can, you blur the lines too much and you lose that pretty, you don't want to do that. And what's lovely about the blends is it does kind of soak into the paper a little bit so that it can definitely show off the pretty. Okay, so then after you've added a little bit of color, and not a lot of color, as you can tell, I didn't add like a ton. It's just a little bit of pretty purple. Then you can take your Wink Stella, and like I said, don't go overboard like I did before and added way too much. But just add a little bit of Wink Stella to his feathers. Not a ton, just a little bit. Just like that. And then I'm going to take my scissors and fussy cut him out. So yeah, I know that. So unfortunately, the raven does not come with dies. I'm not sure how, if you have that that one machine that you scan your stuff, the scan and cut. I do not have one of those. I have no idea how that works. But if you don't like to fussy cut, this one does not have, the raven does not come with dies, sadly. I love dies, but it does not. So I hope everyone is having a great Friday. Weekend's about to start. Here it's actually already fall break, so my daughter got out at 10:30 today, and she is on fall break already. I can't even believe it. So next week we will be putting up our Christmas decorations, our Halloween decorations, not our Christmas. We have some blowy uppy things, big dragon, a big cat. Already our neighborhood is already starting to look pretty awesome. So we will get ours out this weekend, and so it's starting to be Halloween-y, really Halloween-y here, and we had a temperature drop. So it's been super hot here, and then now in the morning my daughter needs to take a coat at 6:30 when she goes to school, because it's cool. It's now cool in the mornings, which is nice. I like it when it gets to almost our fall weather, although we usually have about a week or two here in the middle where it's kind of fall, cool weather, and then it gets all windy and super cold. I don't have that long. Weather here is funny. Well, who knows? You can never tell. But usually it's super cold by the time it's Halloween. Although my pool, we have a pool cover on our pool, and it heats it nice. Plus we have the solar heater, and we can still play in, which is nice. Okay, let me get this right here in the middle. There we go. So I finally got some Halloween cards made for World Card Making Day, and got those actually out in the mail, which was exciting. Because I actually not only got cards made, but in the mail. So I can add my total. So I don't know if you heard, but Stampin' Up! Wanted for World Card Making Day, we were hoping to get over 50,000 cards sent this week. So you got some cards out, that'll be awesome. We were trying to get 50,000, so I have at least 10 that I added to the total. Oh man, I love this. I love this. So I'm trying to be, because it's going to go on the front and its little feathers are a little wispy, it is taking a little bit longer to do the fussy cutting. But oh, it looks so good. Oh, you can hear my daughters just come in from outside. Here we go. Look at that. And that's super cute. Oh, you're so lovely. So lovely. Okay, so now that I've given this a little bit of a time to dry, I'm going to glue it all together. So you need to turn it over. And first we're going to put our piece of acetate on. So I just used some of our fabulous glue. And you're going to just go around the edge here as close as you can to the opening. Try not to get too much glue, but you definitely want a little bit of glue. Just like that. And then you're just going to lay your acetate. I'm trying to figure out which side was this side is the rough side. I'm going to put this side in the front, just so it's over. And then I'm going to take one of my clear blocks and I'm just going to set it on there for like 2 seconds. And then I'm going to use my frame. I'm going to add glue to my frame. We're going to just lay this right over top. Now I guess you don't have to finish the inside, but I like to finish the inside too. Even though we didn't color the inside. You could totally color the inside if you want. So I'm just putting this over there. So that was why our acetate was a bigger circle than the one that we cut out of the holes, so that we have space for it to go on the lip. And then we're going to flip it over. This way I'm just holding it down on that side. Let's see, where's my... A cloud came out. Got a little bit darker than usual. Go. So just add a little bit more glue that side. And then right over the edge. You guys see that? Oops. With glue you do have a little bit of a wiggle room, which is nice, but try not to wiggle it too much. Now if you get excess glue, right, you can wipe it off, which is nice, off the acetate, and then use your eraser to get it off of the cardstock if you got it onto your Kraft pillow box, which is just Kraft cardstock, which is really nice. So there you go, look at that. Now we've made our window. How super cute! It's so super cute. Okay, then, now you can do two things. You can either go ahead and glue your thing back, because this is the bottom and this is your top, or you can try to glue your stuff on while it's flat. So I found that when you're going to do your words, doing it when it was flat was easier. Oh, but you need to know where your thing is, where your pillow box edges are. Maybe that's why I did it. I was saying it was easier. Oh, I had it flat like this when I glued it on. I can't see I didn't make my thingies. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. See, that's how you know. So use your tear and tape. Let's add it together. Cause see how you know where your inside is. Just like that. This is the one with the hole is the top one, just like that. So you can see it here. But I have it, but this one I didn't use, so it doesn't have any of the crease. So I can't really see it over underneath my ink on that side. So let's go ahead and do it because it will lay flat enough. So let's put the tear and tape back on this little flap. I'm going to cut it. Very nice. Just like that. And I don't know what I do with my bone folder. It was here. Oh, here it is, right here. Nice, burnish that down so it's easier to pull off the tear and tape. Okay, so then we're going to fold it just like that. Now we've sealed it down, and then I'm going to burnish it down again. And then you can put your have your things where you, so you have to kind of have that to burnish it down. But see, look, even though I let it dry, I'm still getting the Blackberry Bliss on my fingers. Just like that. It's still so cool. Look how cool that looks. Oh my gosh, it's so fabulous. Okay. But you see, I definitely have some baby wipes handy, because you are going to get Blackberry Bliss. That is the gift of Blackberry Bliss, is that it always gives. Right? My fingers are going to be purple. Okay, so I love the Blackberry Bliss. So my hubby was like, oh, I think it would look better if you use the black and have it stand out more. I kind of like that it doesn't stand out more. Just like this on the Wicked. Now you can put, like, if you wanted to put like Halloween, or make this up higher if you're going to stamp Halloween, if you need it to say something. I didn't think it needed it. I think just having the Wicked was fun enough with that. So I just need to make sure I can see where my creases are. So I know where I want this to go exactly. Because if you notice, when you have the creases in, this piece and this piece kind of go off the side. So you want to make sure that you've got it on there as good as you can, so you don't have as much of it going off the side. And I want to make it lower because I'm going to put my raven right here. Okay, so now that I can see where my crease is, I'm going to just use glue to put it on. So I would suggest getting whenever I do something fine, as I use my Kraft mat, and you can get these in the catalog. They're in the annual catalog. And I find adding little dots is good. And I am adding it up here because it's going to glue it to I am going to glue on the face of that acetate window. So you can kind of see candies in there, maybe. Or if you use maybe those black blend candies, those are really pretty. Okay. Then, I probably should not have gotten glue as far on that side, but it is going to hang over a little bit, but it'll dry. Okay, let me move that out of the way. Okay, so I know there's my crease. I don't know if you guys can see that. There, oops, there's the crease. I'm going to put it down just like that. Yikes. Okay, there we go. I touched it. There we go. Yay! There we go, finally. Alright, then push it down. And then I took my big block and I set it down on top. So, make sure it's in the right place. And then put your block down and hold it down for a few seconds to hold the Wicked down. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to build the back of my raven. So I have this gorgeous little raven. Move that out of my way. And I find snail works the best to add the silver metallic thread. So just give it a few little bit swipes of the snail and then adhese it, and then here's your. It's so wily, but it's so cool. I just love how much it just adds to your project. So just loop it around however you'd like it. Whether you want it to go on the bottom, all the way around if you want it just to go by his feathers on the top. You can add it however you like. See, there we go. Add a little bit more on this side. So because the Kraft box is curvy and we are going to open and close it, I didn't just stick this on top of it because it would probably fall off. Or you'd get all of your you'd probably get all of your silver magnetic thread loops caught and stuff. So what I find really helpful is to back it. Now I usually sandwich it with a piece. I always sandwich with a piece of cardstock. I cut it. And that is why I used the small black. So I took that's the smaller die and cut out of the bigger die. So I didn't waste any more. Right? And then, okay, let's get this out of the way. So I do have this one little end. Make sure I slick that down. And then I find that if I just add a couple pieces of tear tape. So I'll actually add tear tape to both sides. I'll add a piece of tear tape to this side to stick down to my, to stick on top of the, all this wily thread. See, and it's okay if it pokes through a little bit, but that small, it almost doesn't, you can almost not even see it. But see how it's going to hold all those down so that if it gets caught, it won't come unwound everywhere. Okay, and then you're going to use, to add it to your box, you definitely need more tear tape because it is really mooey. Because you're going to hopefully open it and close it to fill it with stuff. And so I'm just going to add it to the black piece, not to his little head or his feet, because then they will, I had to move the comments out of the way. So it will hang over without getting sticky everywhere, which you don't want, but this will hold it good. Just what you really want is you don't want your bird to fall off. So I overlapped it a little bit here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this tape off. Just pull it over to the side. Just like that. So it's all in there. See that? Super cool. Okay, so move that out of the way. And there, now it's nice and stuck. So I want to put my raven, I want him to be like right here above the wicked. And just kind of like that, so that his, there we go. I was gonna say, I know it opened up a little bit. So I put his tail underneath that W piece, and just like that. And you need to flatten it out again. Oi. So that you can make sure that you get that nice and stuck down. Just like that. Muy bien. Isn't that super cute? Oh my gosh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. He's super cute. Super cute. Yeah? Oh, I wanted to put his tail in behind. There we go. Behind that W. Just like that. Oops, I got out of frame. You see? Awesome. Okay, so now we need to do his eye. So I just used, and we have lots of lovely things. You can use like one of these little black dots from the mammals, but I kind of wanted it to be like sparkly. So I went ahead and used one of my rhinestones and my dark basic black Stampin' Blend, and colored it because you know how much I love coloring my rhinestones. I absolutely adore them. Coloring it so you can get it nice and black, but it really, I don't know, it's very shiny and sparkly. It's perfect for the raven's eye. So I went ahead and did that. I had my Pick-a tool out. Here we go. Get my spatula. And I'm just going to add, and it's better just to add his eye on last, because when you're messing with the box, chances are you're going to knock his little eye off. Because it does have a nice glue dot, but they are the more of the delicate, they will come off. And then I used, because I used the silver, I wanted to add some silver. So you can actually do add more bling. My daughter was thinking, instead of using the silver enamel dots or the gray, let me see. No, see, that's almost too bright. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to add the water splotches. So on this one, I used my aqua painter with a little bit of water and tapped it. And it made quite a mess. And then it gave us this little bit of distressed colored. But you need to do that before you put on any of your stuff. And I totally forgot about it. Which means I guess I didn't really need it. Because if it was essential, I would have remembered. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and add the gray dots to my, box. I put 2 underneath the I and the C. I put a big one and a little one. I have a real hard time with these enamel dots. I was using them to make my little Halloween cards to get out in the mail today, and I actually used my pick a tool and I launched it across the room, which was funny. I'm like, I'll step on that later. Okay, and then I'm going to use 3 big dots. Here we go, just like that. There we go, just like that. Now I can add sparkles after the fact with, oh, I guess I could have added it with my Wink Stella, but I can't believe I forgot that step. I should have wrote out my own directions so I could do it. I totally forgot. But it will make a mess. I can try. Let's see if I can try to add it on. You definitely want to do this before you add your there we go. There's a dot. Before you add your window and your frame. So you can see a little bit there. There we go. I got a little bit on there. I didn't do very much, so that's probably why I didn't even notice. And then on the back, it's probably easier. So I just use my wink, and there's a big blotch. So be careful. Look, I'm almost out of water on my over here, over top of my thing. There we go. There we go. Just like that. I did take my, I'm gonna use this paper and dab it. I added too much. Definitely do it before, because then you have a mess. But look, I got too much. No worries. Look, I have my roller. You just add it back on. Just like that. So now I have my splotches. Can you guys see the little splotches? And even you saw that I made a little bit of a boo-boo, and then you just fix it with your sponge brayer, which is super easy. So you just have a little bit. That's how I added a little bit of sparkles. Then the white the white dots, that kind of matches the silver acetate. So that Mercury glass, just like that, super cute. Love it, love it, love it. Oh no, don't set it back in my wet my wet paper now. Okay, so then there you go. Now look at my little fingers though. You definitely want to let it dry a little bit when you do the spongy, so you don't get it all over your fingers. But it's so cute. And this is a much bigger box, so which is nice because you can actually put like a, you know, a cookie or two, or a bag of candy, or a bunch of like little candy bars, or even like a full Reese's would fit in here. You know, not a king size, but your normal, 2 big normal cups fits in here really nice. So it's a great, super cute little box that you can still fill. He's so cute. So even if you forget to put your water on, you can always add it. Just be careful you don't get too much. And you can use your brayer. But now it's damp and I touched it. And my hands are way Blackberry Bliss. But there you go. So I hope you guys enjoyed week 9 and using the pillow boxes. Like I said, it's a super cute pillow box, and of course, you know, you could have braided it with green and cut it open and use our regular window sheets, or even more of the acetate, and make this a Christmas pillow box. These pillow boxes are super fun, although you don't have to. You don't even have to open them up the way that I did. I think they're super cute without it, and then you can just add some ribbon and your sentiment, and it would work so pretty as well. So these are a great holder. They're really great fun things that you can get to add to your projects for your gift giving. So I hope you guys enjoyed how to make week number 9, making this super cute little pillow box, and we're almost done. Right? I think there's, what, 3 more left, 10, 11, and 12. So I'm very excited about what's coming up next week. So I will definitely be on, I think on Wednesday. It's Wednesday or Thursday next week, where we'll get to do that. Like I said, my kids are home, my daughter's home from school next week. So make sure you throw this away, because look at that. That's all over you. It was lovely to have the lovely scrap paper, but now you have the lovely mask where you can see it. So if you are looking to get some fabulous Halloween stuff, you can use this month's host code. If you're watching this video on Facebook on the replay, definitely give my page some love, give it some likes. And then if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, definitely smash that subscribe button so you get to see the rest of my other videos when they post. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and happy crafting. Bye.